it's showtime. So for that, you are going to have today Sara with his talk AI-driven dev tools today, tomorrow, and beyond. So I will. Sorry, let me just put Sara here on the stage.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, you are already here. Let me just get exactly now. Everyone is seeing you, so yeah.
Okay,
So before we start, just to give some brief note that I am the new host here at this brand new live stream that you are revamped here at X6. So I am Fabio Sampaio. I am the community specialist at X6, and yeah, I'll be your host for this monthly live streams dynamic sponsored by X6. And for those who don't know what X6 is, we are the software house of a major group that is Care Group, and we have a community-driven attitude, and we do dynamics like this. We have our meetup groups, and we also have these live streams. And yeah, we work mainly in cognitive technologies. So that said, we are going to have our live stream monthly, as I said. So keep posted because we are going to announce it every month. And right now, as I said, welcome to our revamp at this live stream that is sponsored by XKeys. This year, we are rebranding this as xbytes by Tech Talks, and as you can see, we have a new logo, and we will have new dynamics and surprisings during our live stream. So thank you, and a warm welcome to all of you, and I hope that you enjoyed this session with me and Sara. So and as I said, today we are going to have Sara. And thank you, Sara, for accepting the challenge. So Sara is a software engineer at XFix, and she will be give a talk where she will delve in on AI-driven tools, as I say, AI-driven dev tools today, tomorrow, and beyond. And before we kick off, giving the floor to Sara, let me explain a little bit the format of today's live stream. So Sara will introduce herself during his presentation, and then we'll have the first bite of the presentation. And in that moment, I will ask some questions to Sara. And after that, there will be an intermediate bite. And then I will ask another questions to Sara. And finally, the last bite where we have where we where after before after we conclude the presentation, I will ask a final questions to Sara. And lastly, Sara, you'll have to leave a question for the next speaker, so you can start thinking about it, everything that you want, and just think about something to ask the next speaker. You don't know who will be, me neither. So yeah, and with all the intros done and all the explanations, so please, Sara, I will give the floor to Sara because we are here to listen to Sara, not me. So please, the stage is yours, and you can start your talk.
Okay, so first of all, thank you, Fabio, and thank you for inviting me. So let me start by sharing my screen. Are you, Fabio? Can you see the screen is sharing?
Sorry, Sara. No, not yet. Yeah, now.
Now it is?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, thank you. So as Fabio already said, today we are going to talk about AI-driven dev tools today, tomorrow, and yeah. But first, let me introduce myself. So as also Fabio already said, my name is Sara Nobrega. I'm a software engineer at XKeys. I'm a full stack developer, so I do both backend and frontend. I already worked with some technologies like Angular, C Sharp, Next.js, Nest.js, and more recently, in the past few months, I've been working with Python, LangChain, some Azure service, and yeah, more personally, I love pets, I love traveling, I love being with my friends, and also I really like to go to the gym. Of course, after going to the gym, because it really helps me release my stress.
So yeah, this is your introduction. So I also love to go to the gym. So, but I think that I will ask you a question not about gym or about your friends, but about programming and pets. So, would you rather stop programming, imagine for the rest of your life, or but having a house full of pets, or continue programming but you cannot have pets, neither getting close to them?
That's a good question, but I think that's an easy one for me because I really like programming, but I think pets are the best thing in the world. So I would rather have a house full of pets and not programming anymore because I think there are other fields that I would be good at or that I have interest in, like psychology, for example. So yeah, house full of pets for sure.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. I also love pets. I don't know if you know, but I have three pets in my house: a dog, a cat, and a rabbit. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, I also love pets. But imagine just if you have the same question but with the gym, you would like to continue programming and never go to the gym, or vice versa.
Yeah, I think I would choose going to the gym instead of programming because going to the gym it's really good for my mental health. So I think I would choose that rather than programming. That's not that good for my mental health.
Yeah, I fully agree. I fully agree with you. Yeah, sorry, you can move forward. Thank you.
Okay. So let's looking on what we are going to talk about today. So we are going to start taking a look at the most common tasks of a typical software engineer. Then we are going to look at the impact of AI in the developer experience and also in some of the products that are already available to enhance your daily life as a developer. And last but not least, we are going to talk about most promising AI tools, frameworks, and architectures that you can use to build the future of development. So let's start by looking at the common tasks of the developer. So we as developers usually have to write code for our tasks. We have to test to check that our task was well done. We have to fix bugs, and we spend a lot of time doing this. And they always appear when we don't have that much time to do that. Also, we have to review code because we usually work in teams, so we have to review our colleagues' code to help them and to exchange ideas. We also have to document our code to make sure everyone understands it. We have to sometimes learn about the new code base, new technologies, frameworks, especially when we enter a new project that uses technologies, frameworks that we don't know. And also, we have to spend some time planning our work and attend in meetings. But as you know, developers like efficiency and automation, and as you can tell, these tasks are not that efficient and automated. So what we want as developers, we want to write our code faster so we can deliver faster and have more time to do our other tasks. We want to get to increase our test coverage so we can have products with higher quality. We want to reduce the bugs so we can also have more time to do other tasks. We want to have a good documentation. We want to have time to learn so we can get better professionals. And we also want to have more time to collaborate because, as I said before, it's good to exchange knowledge with each other. And by achieving this, we are going to improve our lead time for change. So it means that we are going to ship our code faster and more frequently. We are going, since we are shipping our code faster and more frequently, we are going to have shorter feedback loops. And this leads us to, in the end, have better products. So I already talked about the common tasks that a developer has to do and what can be improved in the developer experience. So now we are going to talk about how can AI help us to improve our efficiency and how can AI bring automation to these tasks and the tools to use to enhance the developer work. So before going into the software development, let's just have a quick look at the impact that AI is already having outside development. So AI is already being used for content creation, chatbots, image generation, and to enhance diagnostics. So as you can see, not only for development, but other fields like I have here healthcare, entertainment and media, and some other fields like this. So back to the development. Here we have a survey from Stack Overflow 2023 that basically shows where developers are using the most AI. And as you can see, they are already using a lot, especially for writing code. And this survey was answered by 90,000 of developers. So I think it's a good, it's really being used a lot. So how can generative AI help us improving the dev experience? As I already said, it can help us on the development and testing process, but not only, it can also help us on the design thing, where it can generate architectures and UX design, also in the deployment part, where it can generate pipelines, for example. So yeah, it can help us a lot in different parts of the development experience. So with the help of generative AI, we will achieve what we want, and we will boost our productivity. We will improve our code quality. We will deliver faster, and also we will learn faster. So now let's take a look at some of the dev tools. These are just some examples of dev tools that you can use. So to write code and debugging, I brought GitHub Copilot and AWS Code Whisperer. They are pretty similar. They both provide you code suggestions. They help you identify and fix errors, and it can write comments for you to better understand the code, and also can review your code and give you suggestions. So for testing, we have Loadmill and Codium. These ones are a little bit different from one another. So Loadmill provides you automatic tests from web and mobile. It's a low-code tool. And also you can record a workflow and test if the behavior is what is expected. In Codium AI, it also provides you automatic unit tests, but you also have code suggestions, code explanation, and it can answer questions related to the code. Then, to write documentation, we have Stenography and Mentalify that they both generate documentation as comments in your code to help you understand what the code does. Okay, and then to learn, we have Mindsmith and Total AI. Mindsmith generates presentations for you about a specific topic. It also provides you quizzes, so you can test your learnings. And you can also learn in teams, so you can have a group of people and you can share your learnings there. Then in Tutor AI, it generates you a learning path for you to follow about a specific topic. So now let's go to the demo. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Let me just find the right screen. Okay, I'm already sharing.
Let me see. Okay. Yeah, this is it.
Okay, so for the demo, this is an example of GitHub Copilot. And I basically wrote, I don't know if you can see or if it's better to zoom. Can you give me feedback?
Yeah, maybe zoom a little bit. Yeah, it's a little
Let
bit.
me try.
Yeah.
Better?
One more maybe, if it's okay. Yeah,
Better.
amazing.
Okay, good. So I wrote some comments saying to give me a post endpoint in Python using Fast API to create a new user. And I basically want to receive, so the endpoint receives the username and age and returns the user if the age is higher than 18. Otherwise, it will return an error message. So what I do now is I have to do some enters and then when it wants, it says, okay. So I just have to tap and it writes the code. Okay. The enters that it needs. And some time I have to start doing things, but then I just have to tap. And as you can see, I have a post endpoint to create users that receives a name, the age, and if the age is less than 18, it will return an HTTP exception saying that the age must be greater than 18, and it returns the name and the age otherwise. Okay, so this is my example with GitHub Copilot. Then moving to the other one. So this example will be with Codium AI. I have here a Next.js component. It's an navbar, it's a simple one. So I will tell him to explain me the component. Okay, waiting. Generative AI takes time sometimes. Okay, as you can see, it's loading things, yeah, but it's explaining here that I have a functional component called navbar component that renders a navigation bar and uses the use session from next auth. So yeah, as you can see, it explains really well what this component is doing. Okay, so now I want it to tell me things that I can improve in this component. Okay, as you can see, it's still thinking. Yeah, it's taking a bit, but as you can see from these two, it tells me that one improvement could be add cleanup function to remove event listener. It's telling me more things. Restructure the status. So yeah, it's already said everything. So as you can see, it's giving me some things that I can improve, and I can include that in refactoring to improve my code. Then I can also do testing here. So it will create unit tests for this component. So yeah, the basic one should render a navbar component with an icon button and a collapse. Also, the should toggle the collapse component when icon button is clicked. So yeah, as you can see, basic unit tests generating all by this tool. So yeah, for the demo, that's it. Let me stop sharing again and share again.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that here we can have another question, if you don't mind.
I don't.
Yeah, I think that we are in the middle of your presentation, and I
Yeah.
think that you can speak a little bit or ask your question how to enhance developer experience. And in this sense, which one of the developer tools have you already used, and which one is your favorite?
Okay, so I already use GitHub Copilot and Codium AI. And the one I prefer, my favorite one is Codium AI, because it has a developer plan that is free, and GitHub Copilot it's not free. And it's a really complete tool. So you have code suggestions, you can generate unit tests. So yeah, it's really complete. And because of that, for me, it wins GitHub Copilot.
Ah, wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. You can move with your amazing presentation.
Thank you. Okay, so for the last part, we already talked about what can be improved in the developer experience and how can AI help us achieving that. So now we are going to look at some frameworks, tools that we can use to build the future developer tools. So before going to the tools exactly, let's look at the main app stack when using LLMs. So the most important parts in this stack are the orchestration tools. For example, we have LangChain and Llama Index. Both have similar features. These orchestration tools really help you to simplify and automate complex tasks, so they're really good. Then for the contextual data, we usually have what usually happens is that the data is picked from the data source, then is transformed to embeddings by an embedding model, and then is stored. The embeddings are stored in a vector database to then be queried. And the last important part is the part where we deploy and host our models and apps. So we have, for example, Hugging Face, both to deploy models and apps, and also the cloud ones, the cloud versions like AWS and Azure. So what can we use? We can use LangChain. LangChain is basically an orchestration framework. It provides you with a lot of things. As I said, it simplifies you the way that you have to do things. So you can use it, for example, for chain of thought. That basically it follows a step-by-step procedure using chain. So it does the step one, and after completing the step one, it goes to the step two, and so on. Then you can also use it to split text. We have some splitters available in LangChain, like recursive splitter, character splitter, and some more. And they help you overcome token limit. We also can use LLM models with LangChain. We can query them. It's really simple to do it with LangChain. We can also load data from different sources and types. We can use, for example, a PDF loader to extract the data from the PDF. We can maintain memory across LLM calls. We can parse LLM answers in a specific format, JSON, for example. We can have ready prompts to use for a specific use case with the LLM call. So then going to the vector databases. The vector databases is for you to save your embeddings, that is basically the data in vectors, and for you to query them. So these databases provide easy search, high performance, scalability, and data retrieval. All of these by comparing values and finding similarities between one another. And for examples, we have Pinecone and Chroma, but we have more available. Then going to MemGPT. MemGPT is a system that intelligently manages memory with LLMs. It aims to solve context length, so you will not overpass the context window. And it knows when to push critical information to a vector database and when to retrieve it later in the chat. And last, we have AutoGen. That is basically an open source tool to build robust multi-agent applications. It lets us create applications where agents talk to each other to complete tasks. And they are customizable, conversible, and allow human participation in the process. And it also has a cache feature, so when you do the same answer, the same question you did before, instead of doing another call to the LLM, it will use what it has already cached.
So, Sarah, I think that we have another opportunity to do another byte. So I think that the third byte could be about this subject, about the future of developer tools. And in that sense, what do you think that is the most important things to keep in mind when building a solution like a developer tool using AI?
Okay, I think the most important thing here is to really see where it's important to include AI, because I think it's really easy to want to include AI all over the place, but sometimes AI makes some things that are easy to do in other way more complex. So I think the main thing is to really see where you will benefit from using AI, and also try to structure your app with the most important parts, as I said before, the vector database, the embedding model, using a model that it's suitable for your use case. And yeah, I think it's basically it.
Yeah, thank you. Good answer. Good answer. Thank you.
Okay, so to summarize this presentation, I hope you learned a bit more about what you can already achieve with the help of AI towards improving your daily work, and that developing without AI is now part of your yesterday. Today, you're already leveraging the power of AI-driven development, and that tomorrow you'll build the future of development powered by AI. So, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, for your amazing presentation. So I'm seeing if you have any questions, and until that, I will ask you to do the question if you already thought about any questions to do to the next speaker, and if so, please tell me.
Okay, I can stop sharing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already thought about the questions. So, my question for the next guest is: would you rather give up on social media, so not having social media anymore, or having social media but eating the same dinner for the rest of your life?
Okay. Let me just write it, and I will leave it here also. Just this is being recorded, but I think that this question for the next speaker. I think this is it. Give up social media or eat the same dinner for the rest of your life. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good questions to do to the next speaker. So you are the first one. You don't have any questions
Yeah, lucky
to
me.
answer like you. So yeah, I see that we don't have any questions for the public. So thank you, Sarah, for your presentation, for your talk, and I hope that everyone enjoy it. And thank you, and see you next time.
Yeah, thank you.
Until next xbytes. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.